Okay, so in this class, we're going to be talking about HTML layouts. Now, in HTML, there are 4 different layouts to create multiple column layouts. Each technique has its own pros and cons. So, one of the first things you try to do when you are given a task or to design it to work on a site is to try to actually get the layout right. And there are 4 essential techniques in designing layouts in HTML and CSS. We have the CSS framework, CSS field property, CSS Flexbox, and CSS grid. So while the first 2 are long-lived, the CSS Flexbox and grid are new techniques, layout techniques that came up in CSS3. So we're going to, in this lesson, we're going to look at the CSS Flexbox. Now, CSS Flexbox consists of a flex container of flex items. So the parent container is called the parent container. For example, if we have 4 divs and these 4 divs are nested in the parent container. So the parent container is called the flex container, and the child container is called the flex items. So if flex container is declared by setting the display parameters of an element to either flex or inline flex. So to create a flex layout, you set the parent property to display flex. Also inside the flex container, you have one or more flex items. So we can divide the layout into the cross axis and main axis. So vertical line shows the cross axis, while the horizontal line shows the main axis. We are going to see practical of it. So you can see that we have in this cell we have a flex container, and the flex items are arranged in the main axis. So this is an example of what we're going to do. In our HTML, we have 3 divs, and then you can see we have a parent div with class name as flex container. And so to now make this a flex layout, we call the parent div using this class name and then set the display to flex. From that end, makes the layout a flex layout. So this flex container, the flex container, which is an independent container, you can have up to 6 properties. You can define up to 6 properties. We have the flex direction, the flex route, the flex rule, justify content and align items, or and align content. So what is flex direction? The flex direction defines in which direction the container wants to stack the flex items. So we have different options. We have the column. So when you define the flex direction as column, what it means is that the items will stack vertically from top to bottom. So we have the column reverse. And what the column reverse means that the item will start from vertically from bottom to top. Then we have the rule, which means that items will stack horizontally from left to right. We have the rule reverse, which means that items will be stacked horizontally from right to left. So another part you have is justify content property. We're going to look at all this practically after this section. So the flex content property is used to align the flex container as items, and where the items do not have any space in the main axis. So more or less horizontally along the main axis. How do you align your flex items? So we have possible values which are center, that aligns the item at the center of the parent container, or flex starts. So the flex start value align the flex items at the beginning of the container, which is the default if you don't specify. So we also have the flex end, which aligns the flex item at the end of the container. We have the space around value displays the flex item with space between and after the lines. Then that is space around. Then the space between the spaces between the lines. Okay, so we'll see the difference as we break. So we have the align items property. The align item property is to align the flexible container items within the cross axis, which is one element, the vertical axis, and the possible values are center. So the center will actually align the flex item to the center of the parent. Then the flex start will align the flex items at the top of the container. Flex end aligns the flex items at the bottom of the container. The stretch, which is the default, will stretch items to fill the container. And the baseline and aligns the flex items so that their baseline aligns. Let's have a div. So this is a div. We have a parent div, and then we have three divs. We have three divs, three child div. So in this, let's call this flex item 1. And then let's call this flex item 2. And then let's have flex item 3. So our parent div should have a class of flex container. Flex container. And then let's give our child div the same class name. Let's call it child flex item. Flex item. Flex item. I will do the same. Give the same class name to the 3. So in our CSS, I will use an internal standard CSS, and then let's define a flex height and width for this. So let's say class selector. Let's give our child div's width of, let's say, 100 pixel, height of, let's say, 100 pixel. So let's say specify pool, and then I want to see what it looks like in our browser. So you can see, so this the default what it looks like. We have a flex icon, we have Flexbox, it is our, sorry, we will make a mistake here. So we have some errors, so this is supposed to get to this. So let's give it a title. And let's say Flexbox spirit, and then come back here and look. Okay, so to make our div more clearer, so let's give our div border. I'm gonna say solid and black. Yeah. So you can see our divs are block level items and stack vertically. Now to actually to make our layout reflect layout, all we need to do is to define our parent div as flex. Define our parent div. I'll give it a display of flex. So automatically that makes our layout a flex box. Now, so let's look at some of these properties we talked about on okay, so the first one, that property we're going to look at is flex direction. So we said one of the property that our flex container has is called the flex direction, and there are 4 possible values: row, row reverse, column reverse. So to actually get it properly, to understand better, let's give our flex container a width of, let's say, 500 pixels, and let's give it a background color. I'll say crimson. So, okay. I'm going to increase this to 1024. So what does the flex direction does? So the flex direction specify how our flex items should be arranged. So if I go back here to the load, you can see that we have our flex item 1, flex item 2, flex item 3 stacked from the left, stacked at the left of the flex container. Oh, by the way, I like when you are writing your CSS, I would like to suppress all margins, all the default margins and items given by the browser. So to do that, what I mostly do is that I come here and put my body, give it a margin of 0 on padding. But then is pixel. We would so if I go back, so all the default margins are gone. Okay, so let's look at what the flex direction is about. So I'm going to say flex direction. We said we have rows, we have row, we have column, we have row reverse and column reverse. So you can see by default is we have row by default. So by default is row. Now if I want my flex item 3 to come first, the flex item 2 follows and next. So I'm going to reverse the row of my flex item. So to do that, I'm going to put my flex direction to row reverse. So what happens, you can see, okay, sorry. So flex direction is row reverse, row reverse. Okay. So our flex direction is row reverse. We'll do this. We're going to get classy. Classy that you're having flex item 1 comes first, flex item 2 comes second, and flex item 1 comes next. So if I make this to be row, and it's going to arrange itself normally, which is flex item 1, item 2, and item 2. You can see that my flex items are stacked horizontally. So I can use the row reverse to actually change the arrangement of my flex item. Supposing I want my flex item to be stacked in columns. So I'll just change the flex direction to column. And if I go back, let's look at what we have. So we have our flex item stacked in columns. I can decide to reverse. So we have flex item 1, 2, 3. I can decide to reverse it. So what we have now is column reverse. So column reverse for any column, but change the order of the flex item. So let's see, now flex item 3 comes first, flex item 2 comes first, and flex item 1 comes first. So let's look at the next property, which is justify content. So in the last class, we looked at look at one of the properties of the flex container, which is flex direction. So what's the difference between flex direction and justify content? So why flex direction tells us how the arrangement, the order and arrangement of our flex items. The justified content tells us defines how the space is being distributed among the gain axis. So if we change our flex direction from here to So we'll have the normal, which is the default. We'll have to define the which one calls first the arrangement of our flex items. But however, you can see that we'll have our space, the space, all the space tagged after the last item, which is flex item. So the justify content property tells us how the spaces, how these empty available spaces are being distributed in the flex container. So we have possible values. Possible values are center, space between, space around, flex start, and flex end. So let's look at flex. Let's look at justify content. You have to deal with center. We can see that it takes all our items to the center. So the space is being distributed such that 50% of the space goes to the right, and the other percent goes to the right, to the left of the flex items. Now, on that value, we can also have for justify content is space between. So the space between bring the space, distribute the space between the flex items. So if I pick a flame between, you can see that our spaces are distributed between the flex items. So this space are distributed evenly between the flex items. So another possible value to have is space around. So the space around distributes the space around the flex items. That's it. So we also have flex starts or flex end. So on that point we have is flex starts. So you can see with flex start, you can see brings on the items in the beginning and take the space after the items. So on that one we have is flex end. So with flex end, let's see what it gives us. It brings the space first, and then the flex item follows after the space. Okay, so let's look at the last property before we try to move to design something else. Let's look at the aligned items. So while the justified content defines how space are distributed along the main axis, the aligned items defines how space are distributed along the cross axis. Remember that we say we have the cross axis, which is vertical, we have the main axis, which is horizontal. Now, so to better understand this, let us remove the height property for all our flex items. So we're going to have something like this. Sorry, we're going to have a cube. Oh, we're going to have some lines. Okay, so now we set aligned items. So the aligned items, they have four possible ones. We have center, we have flex start, flex end, we have stretch, and we have baseline. So the first is center. The first is center. So center will take the item to the center of the screen along the cross axis. Okay. So the next one we have is flex starts. Flex start will take all the flex items to the top of. So the flex end will take the item to the end, to the bottom of the parents of the flex container. Then flex start will take it to the top of the parent container. Flex start will take it to the top of the parent container. So we have stretch. Remember that this particular div has no, the flex item, which is the parent child divs, have no height. So what stretch would do is to stretch all the flex item to occupy the vertical spaces of the flex item. You know this, you can see it is being stretched. So it is to stretch the flex item to occupy the whole space vertically. Okay. So I want to talk about this. With the idea of this, with the concept of this, develop of this, let us do a simple navigation bar, using this using this knowledge.